in the past month, there was another issue in the Alameda Business District. They wanted to create something called the Alameda Maintenance Improvement District. They got a grant from the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, and they were going to have vast improvements on that street. If you ride on it now, it's a shock absorber test track.
Yeah.
And so they were able to put this proposal forward to get the property owners to assess themselves a tax so that there would be operation and maintenance for the improvements that would come to the Alameda.
You learned.
Yes. And what happened was several leaders in the business district and in the neighborhoods collaborating, working together, actually got a lot of the property owners to be there. Unfortunately, there was one property owner who was out of state, big corporation, and our council member didn't make a call, just didn't get on the phone and say, hey, I'm the council member. I'd just like to talk to you about how important this is for our community. Now, it may not have been successful. He may not have been able to get through the corporate morass, but more importantly, the ability to attempt it, just to try, just to advocate, is something that's missing in our district, and that's what I want to do. We need an advocate. We need someone who's going to fight for our neighborhoods. There's so many issues, and that's what we're missing.
So what are some of the other issues that you hear, because I assume you're out walking precincts, wearing down those shoes, talking to neighbors? What else do they feel that they're missing from their council district leadership?
Well, one of the big issues here in San Jose is the lack of police. We laid off police officers in the last budget cycle, and there's no opportunity, there's no decision this year to add any new police officers. While we all heard about the increase in murder rate last year, the real problem is in residential crimes. Mails being stolen, cars are being burglarized, homes are being burglarized. Even my house was burglarized. We were lucky enough not to lose anything, but 10 other houses on my street were also burglarized. So people just don't feel safe anymore. The other issue is that we keep complaining about workers and how they're the real problem in the city and that they need to give more and more back. Well, they have given a lot, and the morale of the city workers after being slapped around is pretty low. So one of the kinds of things we want to talk about is that our city manager and our executives ought not to be paid any more than the governor of the state of California. It's important that we don't sort of go into a bidding war for this high-priced talent that really doesn't do the job.
Well, the city does claim that they don't have the money, and you're right. They have said that the money can be found from the workers through the pay and benefits cutbacks, and they've tried to find a way to get something on the ballot before the voters. Why is that not a good idea? What's wrong with that approach?
Well, the real problem is that the city doesn't know where it spends its money. In fact, the San Jose city auditor said that she couldn't find all the contracts. She said that in an open public meeting. And every Tuesday...
These are worth millions of dollars.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what happened is during the city council meetings on Tuesday, they have this consent calendar. And buried in those consent calendars are change orders. And for all of the low bid contracts, what the contractors do is come back and say, gee, I need a little more money. And so basically those contracts get changed. And so all of this purported savings that we supposedly get with outsourcing may not be there because of these things called change orders. And so consequently, if they can't match up the change orders to the contracts, we can't really keep a good handle on how much money we're spending. So one of the key things that I've been calling for is a line item budget. 2 years ago, I was shown 450 programs that the city of San Jose has. Not one of those programs had any kind of metrics, either qualitative or quantitative. So we need some performance-based budgeting. We need to know what our programs are doing. Are they meeting objectives? I'm not suggesting that every pencil be counted or every piece of paper be counted. We don't need that kind of micromanaging, but we do need to know how we're spending our money, and that's really important. And right now, I'm not convinced that we have that.
So you're running on a platform of integrity, effectiveness, representation. Do you plan to have an open door policy?
Very much so. I've already given out my phone number to people. That will be my phone number. I think also that I'm going to have open office hours in the district. Granted, we're not terribly far from City Hall for most of the district, but a lot of our people can't get to City Hall, and they have problems that are going on right then and there. So I'm going to meet people throughout the district, not just to say hello at a social event, but actually to sit down, talk with them, 10, 15 minutes a person, to understand the problems, to understand the needs. And what we'll do is we'll have a staff person there who will follow up on it and get back to the person. And if they're not answered, they'll have my phone number, they'll have my email address. We're gonna be a full service organization.
What do you think's missing now? It feels like there's a disconnect between the public and their elected officials and getting involved, and we see all this anger. What are the elected officials doing wrong that they could change to re-engage people and have them feel excited and good again?
Well, I think a part of it is listening. And I took mediation training, and there's a concept called active listening. And what active listening is that you show the other person that you really understand what they're saying. You don't have to agree with everything. You don't have to disagree with everything. And you don't have to solve everything. That's not what people are really looking for. But people want to feel that they're being heard. And when they feel that they're being heard, what gets established is trust. And that's important. We need that so much in government. And at the lowest level of government, which is the city council, where people have their real needs and real wants, that's where you need someone who you can really trust, that will listen to you and that will actually do something and not just give you 2 cents or 5 cents worth of time and say, tell me in one paragraph what it's all about. Sometimes people need to be told, listened to for a little bit longer.
So if people want to talk to you or they want to get hold of you, do you have a phone number you can share, a website?
Sure. My phone number is 408-490-0269. And our email, we have a website, www.stevekline2012.com. And I'm always available at steve@stevekline2012.com.
So you're getting more and more people excited about your campaign. When you knock on doors, you're getting the positives.
Oh, it's been really exciting.
Yeah.
And in fact, in the last couple of days, I've been at some elementary schools, and the parents sort of like were just enthralled that someone who's running for city council was actually there, actually listening to them, and actually trying to see ways that we could build the bridge between those two institutions. So I'm very excited, and I think we're going to be an underdog, but we're going to be an underdog until about 8:30 on June 5th, 2012.
So that's the goal, but absentee ballots will be out, and people need to pick them up and vote Steve Kline, District 6.
District 6.
Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for watching Democratic Television. Give us a call at 408-445-9500 or visit our website, www.sccdp.org. Help make a difference, and we'll see you on the campaign trail.